Welcome back, folks, to another episode of Firewood Doctor. No, you are not seeing double. There's nothing wrong with your vision. I now have 2 loads of EAB killed ash, emerald ash borer. This is the first one. This is the second one. I tried canceling this one because I had a brake job in the truck that's right over there to pay for. So I called him up Tuesday and said, I delivered you a load yesterday. Do the best you can. I'm like, okay, thank you. So, pretty understanding guy. This one is a lot of small stuff, but it's also got a bunch of bigger stuff. So that's nice. That'll be a good test for the 12-way wedge. 1, 2, get it 12. Yeah, so this is going to be a lot easier to buck in the pile. This is going to be a lot easier. There's some grassy debris, so this is just pulled out of the wood. Some of this might be live, or it hasn't been cut for too long. So we're looking at, let's see, that's my size 10.5 shoe, so we're looking at roughly 14 inch. These might be size 10.5 wides, yeah. Almost all of this could go through the Yappa 405 if I had one. So Joe at Ohio Woodburner, he would like this load, except for the big crooked or the knotty ones like this. There's no way that would be going through the 405. That's a hand cut one. He'd set that aside and wait until he has helpers come by and then run them on the axis for him. Which I would gladly do it. Say, hey Joe, save up some of those nasty knotty logs. I want to see what the axis can do with them, and I'll cut them up for you. He'd probably be like, okay. As long as I bring him some Dr. Pepper, he'd probably let me do that work for him. But yeah, this is a lot nicer sized, a lot more of the size than I want. Chunk of wood. I don't have the rake, so I gotta. This came off of the log truck. I'll have to clean this up tomorrow, or Sunday, or Saturday or Sunday. I'll have to clean this up. Maybe tomorrow. Yeah, all of this is a lot nicer for bucking with. My bigger saws like the 572 XP, the G372 XP. I might run the Neotech NS872, but a lot of this is, half of this load my T540 XP could handle. I mean, it's that small, but there's a lot less of it. For those of you new to my channel that haven't been following, or those that haven't been following along, I'll show you the size of the logs from the other load, so you can understand what I'm going on about the saw size. That Neotech NCS 5800 is a lot more friendly to this size logs. Well, these I'd struggle with. Look at the size of this one. Yeah, that's about 16 inch range, and then it comes to a crotch up here. Actually, this end of the load isn't too bad off, but yeah, there's a bit less small stuff in the other load. I guess down on this end, it wouldn't be so bad, but starting out on this end, it's real difficult to run a 24-inch saw. You got to run a 20-inch, and then running, in the 50 to 60 cc range to have a better time cutting these. So there's a lot more on average. I think big stuff probably about maybe 20% more. I still don't know what I'm going to do with this pine. I might just split it up and give it away as boiler wood, split in half. Or I'll just have a lot of fun. I think what I'll do is I'll burn that up in my pit. Yeah, so this is stacked beautifully. I can get in here real nice. You know, oh yeah, this is the first load, but this load here, I can always drag those small logs over here, buck them up, and then chuck them. The main problem is, I'll walk back here. So if I were to have helpers and just go nuts on that load, which is the first one, where am I going to put all the wood, the rounds? I just have to pile them up here and just keep going that way, and then have them, when they're on that end, just start chucking wood over to that side of the pile. That'd be nice if I had a couple of helpers just go nuts on one of these loads for the day and then spend the next couple of weekends splitting and stacking. Yeah, to handle these better, it would, you know, half of these logs would go through the Yappa 315 with no problem. Probably 3/4 of these could go through the Yappa 315 yet. And so it's still on the small side overall, but I think there's probably, you know, 10 to 20% bigger logs. So it looks like the log count is a little less in here, so it should be a lot easier cutting once I get past these first few logs, the small ones that are on top. Because when the small logs are locked in, it's easier cutting with the big saw. They're not going to move. To show you how easy these move, you know. Okay, that one has some weight. You know, like this one is locked in. Okay, that's locked in. Bad example. I'm picking bad examples. Maybe if I were to use my hand to touch them, you know. So, like, look how easy this is to move. Oh, that's a fork. Oh, boy, I'm not picking very good logs. You know, I got 2 fingers, and I could pick up the end of the log. It's not very heavy. So 2 fingers. Yeah, you want to run a small saw with a average bar. You could do a 14-inch saw with these, no problem. Just that, you know, on my T540 XP, the chain is way too aggressive. So I got to sharpen it, and I'll effectively give it a lower, more shallow raker depth. So yeah, plan is to get cutting and splitting. But you know, first, you know, I got a little birch. I'll go into mixed hardwood. What I have here is a couple face cords of cherry, a little bit of hickory. Mixed hardwood, you have elm, maple, whatever, ash. There's a willow in here. Maybe a face cord and a half of willow. This is all oak. So there's a cord and a half, 2 cords, a couple of cords here at least. Then I have a cord and a half of oak there. I'm guessing maybe close to, maybe a cord and a half, 2 cords of, probably more like a cord and a half of ash here. Doesn't look like a whole lot. Might be 2 cords. I'd have to stack it. Then all I have left is this oak, the split. And I have all this maple ready to go to split. Yeah, that's going to be a pain. I think I'm going to have to just, the woodyard landlord my landlord just push that off to the property line to help as a natural barrier. This is the one I got to do a special on. How to chunk up and roll a big monster piece like that. Yeah, there's I don't know, there's over a face cord of wood in just that one alone. Probably a face cord in this. Probably half a cord. Probably the same for this one. If this one wasn't so lumpy, what I would do is this, cut it the same way I'd handle this one. This one, I'm gonna take the saw, I'm gonna do the normal measuring cuts, you know, this way. Then I'll come with the saw and just lob off a chunk on this side, lob off a chunk on this side down to here, you know, like right about here, and go down. Then see if I can cut through, because I'll be able to take more off of this side than that side, and then see if I can get that bugger rolled. Otherwise I'll just have to have the landlord flip it over with his tractor when he has the chance. And I gotta get in here and get this mowed. Yeah, so this one is gonna be fairly easy to cut. This is gonna be a pain. Once I get this one out of the way, I'll have him just flip those big ones over after I cut through it. I think that'd be the wisest plan. Might do that with all of this maple. It'd be a lot safer than my plan, but I could get most of this one done. I'll have to chunk it up the hard way, but yeah, I'll have to cut these up best I can with my saws and have them roll them over with the tractor. So yeah, what do you folks think of my log inventory now? Most logs I've had since the old wood yard. I got plenty of wood now for camping season, which is almost over. Camping season over, but not campfire season. So I got plenty of wood. I just gotta get cutting and splitting. Probably 14 cords in that one to go. You know, 11 or so log cords in this one to go. Yeah, I probably got at least 25 log cords to buck up. It's gonna be fun. What do you think, folks? Come on down and give me a hand or not. Because by the time you see this video, I may have this one done, but I got a bunch of log splitting jobs to do, so you'll see that in the next video. Well, you saw the last video. I had the big log splitting job. I have a log splitting job not tomorrow. That's break job day. So a log splitting job is this Saturday. So it's a Thursday. I forget what day. Let's see, what's today? Today's August 17th. Tomorrow's the 18th. Saturday is the 19th. Yeah, so the 19th I've got a small job, and then I'll come back here and do some cutting. I'll have my helper do some mowing for me around here, close as he can get around all this stuff while I'm busy cutting. So that'll free me up some time. And I'll get done cutting, and then we'll see where we're at, and maybe get some stacking done, because I got wood to haul out of here to go to the mini wood yard for bagging. So I'm going to be taking that ash, so we're not going to have to stack that. That'll go to the mini wood yard. I have a couple of racks, so 2 face cords of that'll go. And then I got the roadside stand to stock, so I'll take another face cord. Yeah, things are going slow. No sales out the roadside stand again, so that's kind of dead. So I'm thinking I'm going to be switching to home heating wood and just regular delivery service now. And we'll see how my bagged wood stands have done, so I'm going to go check those. So until next time, folks, take care, get out there, do something, have fun doing it.